Okay, so, my wife, I'm Charles Solar, by the way. This is my wife, Jiang, and she's an alumni here, and I found out about this event maybe Wednesday. And after looking at all the vendors and everything, we started thinking about how to kind of merge them all together into one, well, not all, but some of them into one app. And what we came up with is kind of an app that can hopefully make the world a little bit better place. It's called Samaritan, for Good Samaritan. And what it basically allows users to do is they get an app on their phone or their browser or their whatever device. It's worked on all platforms. And they can submit if they get into trouble for some reason, like help, I got a flat tire, help, my Word document crashed and I need to recover it, help, I don't understand this programming interface. They can post a request on the app, and that app will show up to different users depending on what the user is interested in, their location, for a location-based assistance. And so that's the general idea. For the underlying frameworks here, right now we're using Matrix and Flowroute. Due to some heavy technical difficulties with an API and an all-nighter, I only got into 2 of them. I wasn't able to connect Clarify and EWIT 911 yet, but that is kind of work in progress. And how this works is, I have my Android emulator running here, and this is a regular old browser running here, and my wife has her account logged over here, so we're going to do a little mini demo here with 3 of our accounts. This one's already logged in, and this would kind of be like the screen you're presented with on an app. It shows you a list of active requests. This one says, oh, my car's out of gas. This one just says, help, our demo requests. And if you want to help them, all you got to do is drill down into here, and you can be like, oh, hey, I can come out there and bring some gas to you, or I can come out there and, help you with that, help you with your tire or whatever issue you're having. This app will allow you to call, video, text, and even share a location as long as both parties agree to meet. And obviously, there's some kind of Craigslist creepiness questions going on here, so that's where we wanted to tie in the 911. So basically, if someone comes out to help you and things get a little dangerous, there'll just be a big button on the app that dials 911 right away and sends your location as well as the location of the other guy and any information that you guys have been talking back and forth. That's where we wanted to tie the 911 into. And we also are using OAuth with authenticated accounts, Facebook, GitHub, Microsoft right now, and Google. So trying to eliminate the more anonymous things, but even though that you're logged in here, we're only presenting each side with only a certain bit of information. Where Flowroute comes into this is if I select call, that message is sent out to her, says, oh, Charles wants to help you, and do you want to accept his call? And then if she says yes, then it automatically buys a new number and shares that number with me to call, which forwards it then to her, so that I don't get her number, she doesn't get my number, and I can help her with issues she has anonymously. And there would, of course, also be a rating system, so if a user is doing questionable things, then they'll have a lower rating and probably not be as trustworthy. So right now, I'm going to log into one of my other accounts. And the platform we're using is Cordova, which is a JavaScript web framework, which allows it to run on any platform. It's basically like launching a Java app with a web browser. That's the trick that millions of apps use in the App Store. But it's really convenient because I can literally run it on any device right out of the box. So I'm just going to post a new request and say, Help. I need a break from talking. And as you can see, the approximate location, ideally there'd be like a map, or if you've ever used Uber before, you could say, well, this is where I am specifically, and I correct any GPS. Didn't get that far, but it's very doable. When I post this, that is going to get posted out to, I need to close this one. So we use the Matrix communication to synchronize and communicate with all of these. I'm logging with yours too. I should have showed that while everyone was logged in. So I'll just. So yeah, pretty instant update. And it just shows you basic information, you know, what they need. And then if it's something you think you can help with, you can go down and get some more details. And this is my other user account. So if I was to look at, okay, so this is the account that created it. I can cancel my help request if I've gotten my help, or my other account can come in here and say, oh, I can help you with that. And I'll call them. And then this shows up and says, hey, Charles wants to help Charles over here. And then I click here. So formatting, okay. And it's going to provision the number. It's going to route the number, set up forwarding. And if this was running on a phone app, it would actually call that number and connect you up directly. Now this does not use SIP or your data plan. It actually uses PSTN. So that's another kind of cool thing. And of course, if you're using a video call or something, then that would consume your data. But I was trying to keep it as little battery and data consuming as possible. So once the call has been complete and both sides hang up, you would be presented with, did this person help you? Yes or no? Is your problem solved? Yes or no? And your task would be either resolved or left up for someone else to come and help. And one very good question I had when I was thinking about this on Friday was, you know, what is the incentive for people to download the app and help random strangers on the internet? Well, part of a feeling that is very powerful that a lot of charitable organizations kind of exploit, you know, it's a bad word, but so like firefighters on the street, they'll hand you a Tootsie Roll and expect a couple dollars back. And you feel obligated because they gave you something to pay a little bit into the charity. So what we thought of was if you help people, there's a possibility of 2 points being awarded for every time you help. There's a point being awarded for if you were helpful at all, and there's a point being awarded if you solved their problem. As you use this app, you gain points and ratings and stuff. And people who use this app for just help, like, oh, this guy came out and he filled my car up with gas, he's such a nice guy, there'll be a donate button on the app where they can send, $5 to the global pool. And then at the end of the month, it would take however much money was donated by happy users and divided amongst the point earners for that month. So, you know, you're not only helping people and getting warm, fuzzy feelings, but you can get a little bit of cash at the end of the month for your efforts. And sponsors. Oh yeah, and then the other idea that we had was, so if you're McDonald's, having your name on charitable organizations is always a good thing for any organization. So they can be, or Jiffy Lube, a good idea for Jiffy Lube. So Jiffy Lube can sort of sponsor help requests and say, hey, if you help someone with their car this weekend, you can come in and get a free oil change.